Hi. So, you've just decided you're going to take on people now. Your business has expanded at such a rate that now you can't do it all yourself and you want to employ people. So, it's crucial, isn't it, that you get that employment piece right. And in this video, check it out. I want to tell you about a very useful, simple technique that's going to help you really understand whether the person in front of you is really telling you what they did or what others have done. It's a crucial part of interviewing, so stay with me. Now, if you want to make sure that you want to get the person in your job that you actually want, now that sounds really weird, then first things you need to do are, ironically, write yourself down a little mini job description, a little job role, if you like. What is the role that you actually want this person you're going to employ to do? Now, you might think, well, I've got that in my head, I know exactly what it is. Well, if you give yourself the discipline of actually writing that down on a single sheet of paper that just shows you this is what I'm expecting them to do, and this is what the responsibilities or the accountabilities that I'm expecting them to have, then suddenly it will make your interview process so much easier. Because when it comes to the interview, and here's the thing that you need to remember, you really need to be getting evidence from the people in front of you where they demonstrate that they have done and delivered the particular aspect of the skill or the ability that you're looking for. Now you might say, well, everybody does that in interviews, don't they? They just generally say, they'll come and tell you what it is they've done. That's right. But they do, but quite often it's in general terms. From the interviewer point of view, the real trick here is to listen really carefully and make sure that you as the interviewer are pushing further down. Now there's a highfalutin name for this principle of interviewing. It's called Criterion-based interviewing. If you want to look it up, please do. But I just want to give you the essence of it here, is that if you've written down your job description, your job roles, the accountabilities that you need that person to do, then you're in a position to, in the interview, to say, right, okay then, George, I can see that you say you've done some particular work in copywriting. Can you give me a specific example of where you personally have started a copywriting project from start to finish, and tell me what you've done and how you did it? And then you might hear George reply in one of two ways. He said, well, we did do a copywriting project, and we had this new client, a marketing agency, and they wanted us to evaluate this new piece of copy that they were doing for an advertising client that they were commissioned to do. So we got round the table, and a whole bunch of us took each part of the project and put it into pieces, and we produced a really great document. The client was absolutely over the moon with it. It was fantastic. So what do you notice about that conversation? You might notice that when I was acting as the interviewee, I was using the we term a lot. Did you hear any I? Did you hear any evidence of I? So the idea behind the criterion-based interviewing is that you want specific evidence of criteria copy. So the supplementary questions are going to be, that's great, George, but tell me what specifically did you do in that project? Well, actually, I organised people getting in the right place, and I made sure that the two tech TD guys that we had actually who were doing the technical drawing and the technical analysis for the imagery for this, made sure they were talking with the other guys over here, and so it was my job to coordinate that. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, it was a successful thing. That's fantastic. But in your mind, you now know that this guy George, he actually wasn't doing any of the copywriting himself. It wasn't the skill that he was doing. He was much more facilitating. Now, if you're not looking for somebody to run a department or facilitate, then unfortunately this is not going to be for you. So do you hear what I'm saying? The trick here is make sure you know precisely the roles, the accountabilities that you want people to actually deliver. And then in the interview itself, all you need to do is to use that as a reference point, but very specifically, and you notice I used the word specific, what specifically did you do to deliver the project, the idea, the concept? Let me know in the comments below when you've actually done something similar in interviews, or when it's not worked for you, or more importantly, when you haven't done this and you'll notice that interviews have gone off on track and you've come out and you think, have they actually demonstrated what I'm actually looking for? They're a nice person, but yeah, I like them, but that hesitant, that little voice in the back of your mind that's going, something not quite right there, chances are you haven't really got the evidence that you need to definitively show you that this person is actually able to deliver what you're looking for. This applies equally to behaviors as it does to skills and capabilities. So if you've got, and you're looking for in a behavioral context, someone who's going to build the glue, be the facilitator, be the enabler, then you can equally well use this criterion-based interviewing technique to do exactly the same thing and ask the specific question relating to the specific activity or behavior that you want to see. So give me an example of when. There's the other key phrase. Give me an example of when you. I hope that's helpful. I look forward to seeing you again as we explore more of the new challenges that new business owners experience as they step into the world of leading their business forward. Bye for now.